Hopelessness, depression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies, lack of concentration, bad behaviour in children, attention deficit disorders, that sort of thing. I can't work out at the moment why that is happening. As the gentleman said previously, if that wasn't proof enough, the World Health Organization, if you look at the information they have, it shows 4 out of 5 research papers show all of the symptoms listed, up to a 3- and 4-fold increase in cancers around the masts. Now, that's the World Health Organization's data. 80% of the research shows cancer. 80%. This is one of the papers that they quote. One of the papers they quote is by Wolf. This is the paper by Wolf to show you that it's a genuine paper. They found an increase in 8 different types of cancer and a 4-fold increase at that. And it was a very long study. I decided to look into why 20% of the research didn't show anything. And I didn't have to look very far, because this paper was published almost as soon as I started looking. It is an independent research document carried out by the Swiss, and they too were interested in why there were negative results. And their conclusion was that research paid for by the industry, or universities subsidized by the industry or the government, showed negative results. And their conclusion was that you should check, if you find a negative result, it may be genuine, but you should check who the sponsors actually are. To me, this is the icing on the cake. This is the document by the International Association of Firefighters, and nobody will ever convince me that these people are sissies. The International Association of Firefighters, they looked into transmitters on their roofs and on their grounds, and they came to the conclusion that it is worth reading. Their conclusion is that they say many firefighters who are living with cell towers on or adjacent to their stations, and this is of course police and ambulance staff, adjacent to their stations, are paying a substantial price in terms of physical and mental health. That is their own research. This paper presented to the Irish Parliament, European Parliament in Brussels, the Italian and the New Zealand Parliaments. This was carried out by Professor Cherry, and he did thorough research. He used 122 scientific research papers. Each of those is usually a 10-year study in itself. So this represents something like over 1,000 years of top research. And the conclusion he came to is that you are going to suffer all of the illnesses I have said, unless the safety level is put down to a substantial low number. I'll come to the safety levels later, but he gave a safety level that should be adhered to. Now, I'll describe briefly medical issues. I know we have doctors here, and I know we have young ladies and good evening, young ladies and very young gentlemen, and I don't see why they shouldn't understand what I'm saying. So with your permission, I will give 2 explanations. Current research for the doctors the Fenton reaction has been found to happen inside the brain with the microwaves and the iron, which can lead to early Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. And for the young ladies and gentlemen, iron, like iron from a magnet, is in your brain, and when the microwaves go into your brain, they actually take the iron out of the brain by a chemical process. You lack the iron in the brain, and that can make you very ill later on in life. It has been found that